And good evening now. We begin tonight with education as teachers could see a pay bump next year. This comes after a House committee signed off on a measure today that would increase minimum pay in South Carolina. News 19's Nate Stanley was at the State House. He has more on what this means and how early that raise could take effect. Nate?
I'm told this doesn't mean much for teachers currently, as the bill is still in the House and budget discussions are months away. However, lawmakers tell me they're confident in the proposal, saying it aligns a lot with some of the governor's goals to bring teachers to South Carolina and to pay them higher wages.
If you're going to solve a problem, it happens one step at a time, and this is an important step forward.
Some optimism coming from Patrick Kelly with the Palmetto State Teachers Association. On Wednesday, the House's Ways and Means Committee approved a measure that would increase the minimum teacher salary to $47,000.
That's a $4,500 increase over what it is this year. It's a $20,000 increase over where we were just 10 years ago as a state.
The measure is likely to be discussed on the floor of the House in 2 weeks. If passed there, it'll head to the Senate. Kelly says it would need final approval in the June budget discussions and be applied to the 2024-2025 school year, and hopes it would help with teacher recruitment.
This year, South Carolina schools started the year with 1,600 vacant teaching positions statewide. That is a record number. It's an increase over last year and the year before. For 5 consecutive years, that number has gone up.
This bill, however, would not increase every teacher's salary by $4,500, but the approval does expand veteran teacher pay bumps.
Currently, the state salary schedule awards a pay increase for every year of experience through 23 years. The Ways and Means budget would extend that through 28 years of experience, effectively making teachers eligible for a step increase to the point where the earliest they could become eligible for retirement is at 28 years, so they're going to have an opportunity for that pay raise throughout their career.
District 5 Representative Neil Collins, a member of the Ways and Means Committee, tells us the House is dedicating a third of their surplus money for this increase.
The total is about $230 million to increase teacher pay, and we only had about $600 million recurring dollars.
Collins says this move lines up with a goal for the governor to make the state competitive when retaining top talent.
Governor McMaster was, he has his goal of increasing starting pay to $50,000 before he leaves. This takes a huge chunk towards that.
And as just a reminder, final budget discussions are not set until June, so we will continue to follow this as it develops on air and online at WLTX.com. Reporting from the State House, Nate Stanley, News 19, WLTX.
All right, Nate, thank you so much. A look tonight at the rise in the minimum teacher salary over the past decade. 10 years ago, the state minimum was $29,523 a year. It has risen on average about $1,400 each year. Last year, the National Education Association ranked South Carolina's starting pay as 40th in the country, with the national average at almost $43,000 in 2023. Now, the governor has said that he hopes South Carolina's minimum pay for teachers will reach $50,000 by the end of 2026.